It's August and maybe you're finding yourself looking at some bare garden space with beds that you've already harvested from. The good news is the garden season isn't over. There are still crops you can plant in August. Now, what you plant will depend on your climate and your location. Today, I'm going to give you some ideas of what you might be able to plant in August in your garden. The two different types of crops that are options for you to possibly plant in your garden are warm season crops and cool season crops. In many gardens, you could plant either one depending on your location. So first, let's talk about warm season crops. These are also your summer crops, the ones that are probably in your garden right now, but you have time in many cases to get one last planting of these summer favorites. The key to deciding which crops you have time for is to calculate how much time you have left between now and your average first frost date in the fall. The reason why that is important is because these crops, because they're summer warm season crops, they don't take a frost. We want to make sure that they have plenty of time to grow and plenty of time to give you an ample or satisfactory harvest before that frost sets in. So here's a quick way to calculate whether you have time for a particular summer crop, and then I'll give you an example in my garden. The first thing that you need to do is find your average first frost date. We'll put a link in the description for a website where you could go figure out what that date is if you don't already know. But once you figure out what that date is, then you're going to count backwards to see how many days you have from now to that first frost date to see how many days of growing time and harvest time you have. Once you know how many days are between now and that average first frost date, that's how many days you have to plant, grow, and harvest a particular crop. Then you're going to select crops with a days to maturity of that amount of days, adding 2 to 3 weeks to account for harvest time and the lessening of daylight. That's definitely going to impact the speed at which these plants grow. So take the days to maturity on a seed packet, add 14 to 21 days, and see if you have enough time between right now and that average first frost date. If you do, then you could reasonably plant and harvest another summer crop. So let me give you an example of what that looks like in my garden if I were to plant cucumbers on today, August 9th. Considering that where I'm at in Arkansas, Zone 7B, our average first frost date is somewhere around October 31st, and today's August 9th, that gives me 84 days between now and when that average first frost date is. Next, I'm going to select the variety of cucumber that I want to grow, and maybe I'll select Pickle Bush because it's a quicker days to maturity cucumber at only about 50 days, which is a couple of weeks before many other varieties. So variety is key. If I take that 50 days and I add 14 to 21 days, I still have enough time to be able to plant pickle bush cucumbers in my garden today, August 9th, with a little bit of fudge room and be able to harvest a crop before that first frost sets in. As you do these calculations, it's important to consider these things. First, your average first frost date is exactly that. It's an average, so that first frost could actually come before or after when that average is. You may want to be prepared to cover your crops with a floating row cover if a frost comes early, or if you have an Indian summer and your frost comes late, you may actually have more harvest than you anticipated. Next, consider that when you're direct sowing crops in the soil, like cucumbers, like squash, like beans, those seeds are going to germinate really fast. They're going to sprout out of the soil quickly because that soil temperature is high. So don't expect them to take as long as they do in the spring garden. That definitely gives you a leg up for planting now. And finally, as I mentioned, try to choose varieties that are quicker to mature. You want to look at the days to maturity that are a little bit lower, whether that's considering a particular crop that is fast to harvest or a particular variety in that crop family that is quicker to harvest. Definitely look at those days to maturity. All in all, warm season crops that are ideal candidates for August planting, depending on your location, would be cucumbers, summer squash, and bush beans. Those are definitely my favorites when it comes to planting in August, where I'm located, where my first frost date is not until the end of October. The other options for you to start planting in August are cool season crops. These are your quintessential fall crops. Now, what you can plant and when will depend on quite a few factors. First, it's important to know that cool season crops can take a frost, and many of them power straight through a freeze. So getting them harvested before your average first frost date is not near as necessary, and many times it'll actually take you planting way too soon when it's still really hot and hotter than they would prefer to grow. So you have more leeway with these crops in when they are able to come to maturity. The key that I have found in my garden is to get them to full maturity. Doesn't mean I have to harvest them, but at least get them to maturity before my day length dips under 10 hours. When daylight dips under 10 hours, plant growth stops. So for those of us who do get lower than 10 hours a day in the fall or winter, that's a key date to be able to know so that you can get your crops to maturity before then. I've made the mistake of planting my cool season crops too late. They didn't get mature by that date, and then they didn't grow anymore. I learned that the hard way. Another thing to consider is that as you get closer to the fall and winter, and as day length starts decreasing, and as cool temperatures start coming in the fall and winter, the plant growth is going to slow in general. So what you may have been able to count on in your spring garden with some of the same crops like carrots and lettuce and that kind of thing, that growth is going to be much slower. That's why when you're calculating how much time you need to have these crops in the garden, you're going to want to add about 2 weeks to that calculation so that you can account for the lessening daylight and the cooler temperatures. What that means is that for many of us, we are starting to plant our fall gardens in August, but also for many of us, it is the hottest time of the year. That really makes it a little bit challenging to get these crops in the ground in the hottest and often the driest times of year, to get them in the ground soon enough, especially because they prefer cool weather. But there are some workarounds. First, whether you direct sow a seed into the ground or you plant transplants, take care to make sure that soil stays irrigated. I like to irrigate the soil before I even plant. That way there's plenty of soil moisture whenever the plants go into the ground. And also make sure to keep water on the plants at all times. Last year in this bed, I had just installed my Garden in Minutes garden grid. So I had irrigation to this bed for the dry part of the late part of the summer. I planted beets in this bed, and I'll say that this was the best fall beet harvest I've ever had. So definitely make sure to keep your garden irrigated, especially if you still continue to have high temperatures. Another thing that's helpful, especially if you're transplanting crops in the garden like broccoli, cabbage, lettuce, is to use a shade cloth, especially at transplant. This will help the plant to be able to get better established during the heat. Now, once that plant gets established and you see that it's growing on its own, you can start gradually bringing off the shade cloth so that they can have access to full sun, which, if you remember, the daylight is starting to lessen, so getting them access to full sun as soon as possible, I have found, actually helps them grow quite a bit more. But at the beginning, when transplanting, having a shade cloth helps them to be able to acclimate to their new environment. What fall crops you might find yourself wanting to plant in August will definitely depend on your climate. For my climate, I'm in zone 7B. My average first frost date is October 31st. My 10-hour days, when our day length gets below 10 hours, is on November 28th. And then also I calculate about when we start to get about 28 degrees, because many crops like celery start to suffer under that. That is about November 13th. So I take all of these dates into consideration, and then I count backwards to when I need to plant. Now, this is something that I teach in depth in my fall gardening workshop. So if you're interested in learning when to plant what fall crops for your climate, we'll put a link down in the description for that. But to give you an idea what I'm planting in my August garden for fall is I'm planting carrots and beets directly sown into the garden. I'm planting broccoli and cabbage transplants usually toward the end of August. These are the ones that I've grown indoors, but if you're not growing indoors or it's too late to grow indoors, check your garden center. You might be able to find transplants there. And then I also plant lettuce transplants in August because I found that the soil temperature is too high for those seeds to germinate. Lettuce is very picky when it comes to too hot of soil temperature. They just won't sprout. I have a video about that here. But what I'll do instead is I'll plant those transplants, put them under shade cloth, and then get those up and going before eventually I'll start direct sowing lettuce a little bit later in the season. But I can direct sow greens, like brassica greens, like arugula and other greens mixes, they don't have as big of a problem with the higher soil temperature, so I will direct sow those in August as well. So that's what I'm planting in my fall garden in August. But what you end up planting and when in August will depend on your location. Again, if you want more information on that, check out my fall gardening workshop in the description. Number one, it may take some trial and error to find out the ideal planting time. I, like so many people at the beginning of my garden journey, just went by charts and dates that I found arbitrarily online. Now, it gave me a place to start, but I found as I got experience that I needed to adjust that somewhat. And eventually, after a couple of seasons, I figured out about the right time for me to plant in my garden. And that may be what you need to expect for yours as well. Another thing is that weather patterns do make a difference. While these cool season crops in particular usually can power through freezes just fine, if you have really warm weather and then a significant cold snap, that can cause those plants to suffer, whereas if it were a gradual decline, they would be a lot better off. So definitely pay attention to your weather patterns as well. And finally, protecting your plantings when you first plant them in August is a must. Whether that is from insects, because insect pressure is the highest, at least in my garden this time of year, or critters like rabbits. Getting them protected from these things when they're young is really important. I don't know how many times I've planted crops this time of year, especially direct sown and even transplants, that have been decimated by pests or critters. And then finally, also protect them from the sun. As I mentioned, if it's too hot, get them protected with shade cloth. It'll make a huge difference. One last thing, I know we're in August. I know you're tired. I know it's been a long season. I know you're tired of the pests and the weeds and the work, and it's tempting to just throw in the towel. But trust me when I say getting that extra bit of energy to plant something in August will give you so much more reward and harvest if you do it right than you ever thought possible. Whether that's an extra planting of a warm season crop or your fall garden, I highly recommend that you make the time and plant in those bare spaces so that you can have a harvest for longer. If you have any tips on what works well for you to plant in your August garden, please put them in the comments below so we can learn from you as well. Now make sure you are subscribed to this channel because I'll be talking lots more about what I'll be planting in my fall garden coming up.